Welcome to a presentation on avoiding duplicate creation of items in Outlook and Exchange. Avoiding duplicate creation. A couple of things. 123 Sync does not create duplicates. From what we've seen of all the testing, we do not create duplicates. We use expert system technology and fuzzy logic to identify matching contacts, calendar, and tasks. When we run 123 Sync, we run it in two stages. The first stage, we replicate the ACT into the Outlook or Exchange by matching all the ACT contacts, calendar, and tasks. And if a match is not found, then we create a new item. We do everything we can to avoid any duplicate creation. After we've done that, if we find any items in Outlook that we have not matched to, we then create those items back in ACT. This way, we merge the two databases. So what do we know? In the past 5 years, and we're on 2011 now, 123 Sync has never created a duplicate due to mismatch. Our testing, we've taken many random ACT databases, synchronized them with existing Outlook contacts and activities, and we have never been able to create a duplicate. From our standpoint, we create 0 duplicates. What we've seen is when the duplicates are created is that another application is accessing the same item in Outlook. And the reason we know this happens is because the information we save on the contact does not exist on the duplicate, therefore indicating to us that the duplicate was creation from an outside source. One thing about 123 Sync, it is not an Outlook add-in. It does not, if you start Outlook, 123 Sync does not come up with Outlook. We maintain it separate so we can control how we access to the software to Outlook. So when are duplicates created? Most of the duplicates that we've experienced have been on an Outlook environment. And the primary reason for the duplicates or the duplicate creation is a simultaneous access from an Outlook add-in that has been installed by the user. This add-in could be a Google Sync or a BlackBerry Sync or some other type of synchronization that is executing at the same time as 123 Sync. The way to get around this or to resolve this is remove, disable, or stop the Outlook add-in from executing while 123 Sync is doing the synchronization. Another instance of duplicate creation is if the connection between Outlook and Exchange fails, especially, and this we've seen only in Outlook installations where that access hosted Exchange. The way around this, set up Outlook to work in cache mode so it works locally, and then allow Outlook to sync with Exchange on its own. That way you always have a working solution within Outlook. The third methodology we've seen that may create duplicates is installation of Windows services that tie into the Outlook underlying structure, which what we call the MAPI, the Messaging Application Protocols. And this could be the ACT Outlook services that are installed by ACT, or even other applications that install there that are accessing the Outlook structure while we synchronize. So what does one do to avoid duplicates? First, remove or disable any Outlook or Exchange add-in that has direct access to the contacts, calendar, and tasks. We'll show in Outlook how to do that. Stop any Windows service that may lock your Outlook or Exchange or cause a duplication. Uninstalling a piece of software does not remove the access to Outlook, especially if you have security software. It will actually slow down Outlook and you may get duplicates. Keep Outlook Exchange or Exchange as clean as possible from any add-ins that will slow it down or even damage the Outlook folders. Do not run another sync program at the same time that you run 123 sync. Sync programs have the propensity to duplicate contacts, and when not accessing, they will duplicate, which is not something we can control. And for your own sake, please remove the act sync, because that we know will create exponential duplicates. Last but not least, what are your duplicate reduction strategies? In 123 Sync, we provide a tool called the folder clean. Folder clean will go into Outlook, remove everything in Outlook, and you start fresh. So if you already have duplicates in Outlook or something's going on in the Outlook, it's a good way to start afresh. Use the tools, the folder clean, and that will empty out Outlook and you can start fresh. Now, let me warn you here. Do not go to Outlook and remove the items manually, because if you do so, the synchronization program will assume that you want to remove them from ACT, and by doing that, you will lose those contacts or those activities in ACT. We do not recommend copying and pasting items in Outlook. When you create an item in Outlook, create a new item. Each item in Outlook is tagged by the synchronization software. So if you want to create a new item, just create it from the new. Do not copy and paste. And also, if you're using the same set of Outlook folders and you keep switching ACT databases, that will result in duplicate creation. So let's access Outlook and see how we can disable an add-in. We're using Outlook 2010 here, so we go to File, Options, and if you're running Outlook 2007 or even 2003, you can go to Tools, Options, and that will provide you an entrance to the add-ins through the Trusted Center or through the Add-in Center. So in our case, we click on Add-ins, and we can see here there's the ACT Outlook add-in, and we know this add-in accesses the contacts, and duplication will occur if this add-in is active. So to disable this add-in, we click on Go here, and we uncheck it, and now we can we double check, click on Options, Add-ins, and now we can see that the ACT Outlook add-in is inactive, so it's not accessing it. You can also go through the list and see of any other add-ins that have access to Outlook that have some form of synchronization methodology that may create duplicates. So you can disable these add-ins when you sync. From what we see in this configuration, we never get any duplicates, but you never know. If you have a Google Office or some other CRM package that puts an add-in in Outlook, you just look through this list and you can actually see whether the add-in is there, and by disabling it, you can test whether duplicates are being created because of that add-in. So just click OK. And after you've done that, you have to restart Outlook. Once you restart Outlook, then your add-in now has been disabled, and Outlook will run without that add-in. What creates duplicates? One, they're created by the simultaneous access of Outlook add-ins or other synchronization software and 123 sync into Outlook. We have, as far as we've seen, we haven't found a duplicate in direct Exchange connections or on the Exchange server when we run the software. On the server installations, since there's no Outlook, there's no effect of the add-ins into that. If you have security software, that may affect Outlook and create duplicates. Thank you for watching our duplicate creation tutorial.